boy could have got me pregnant. You know what I'm saying? All these things that are popping up in my mind. It wouldn't have been his fault. I would have openly and willingly done whatever I need to do at the time, right? I don't know. I was 14. I didn't know nothing. I was still a part of the B club, right? I didn't know. So for me, looking back at the younger version of myself, looking at that 14 version of myself, I'm talking to her and saying, hey, babe, it happened the way it happened. Yes, the girl NaKeesha Marie, just like you, might have got him, but it was meant for her to have, not you. And it didn't mean that you were any less than or any greater than anybody else, in a sense, especially for that time. You were 14 years old, new to the city, new to everything. Ain't no telling what could have happened between you and him. And you didn't want that smoke. You didn't want it. And you were protected. I always lean to the protection part. Always. So sometimes what we might need to do when things seem a little challenging to us when we are an adult, these challenges might have came. Welcome to the tribe, Lima. These challenges might have came from when you were a little person or a medium-sized person, teenager, adolescent, right? And you still carry that as your weight. You still carry that as your mirror. You're still living out that story of a 14-year-old girl when you grown. You super grown. You super duper grown, right? I'm trying to watch my stuff. I ain't no charger, y'all. Hold on. I'll give these people a charger. Hold on. And let me know what y'all think in the comments, okay?
That's why you never those guys are good too. Everybody, you think about it.
All right. We got our back. Hey, oh. Why is this filter so something on deep? You only know what you know. I don't understand why this filter is so filtery. Sorry, y'all. This filter is so filtery. It's weird. Hey, oh, I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity. That's what this playing. No, I'm sorry. Oh, yay! Thank you so much.
The key is the cafes, and then the core is mine. But
I'm gonna give it right back.
I'm here till like 3, so.
Oh, I ain't gonna be here that long. We ain't gonna be here that long. Whoops. All right, we got to charge so we can stay a little bit longer. Okay, we about to get close and personal, y'all. Sorry. All right. All right. You only know. Okay, cool. We good. All right. So, I was saying, okay, you know what you know, and not for any age. Once you get experience, that's when you learn. Absolutely. So I know last year, around 2 years ago, I tried to do this for another group that I'm a part of. Can I do that? Okay, cool. Another group that I'm a part of. And so by doing that, I learned a lot, right? And it was because it wasn't me, it was for something that I created. And a little bit, I was a little detached. Like, this is just the growing process for this community. I'm just doing my part. That's how I just looked at it. But now that it's me, I'm kind of like, I've been taking it personally because it's my baby, right? It's my creation. But I have a wonderful, like I said, I have a wonderful people that are associated to what we're trying to do. But the insecurities, because I'm leader, like I'm always thinking, like, does it look ghetto? Does it sound trash? What can I do? And the only thing that I could do, honestly, and I think this is a little bit Virgo version of me. The only thing that I can do is the best that I can. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I love, but I've been burned so badly by romantic love. Let's dive into that. So, Dog was saying, I love, and I've been burned so badly by romantic love, I don't even want it anymore. I'm always going to challenge you, right? I'm always going to challenge you. What I have personally found, we're gonna talk about you, Constance. We're going to talk about you, Dog, all right? When you are in these positions of love and you wanted love at the time, I want you to think back. What's happening is we get to this point in our lives, but I know your story, right? I know your story. To these points in our lives that so many people make this statement a lot, a whole lot, and now that I'm in this space, for me, what I realized is the love that I was attracting, or the people that I was trying to be in love with at that time, those people were a reflection of how I was feeling within myself. The deep reflection. So I'm gonna tell you, because it's my mom. It's my mama, right? Thank you so much, Tony. My mom, and welcome in, Tony. My mother, and this was a scan that I've seen with a bunch of people, even within myself. So my mama fell in love with this man. I mean, he was smitten in love with this man. I didn't understand why, because I'm like, well, Mom, you're a beautiful woman. You sure you want to do this? And she's always been like, well, he gives me this, and he does this for me, and he does this, and he just loves me. And when he passed away, she realized that she was doing a whole lot more in the relationship than he was. And why was that happening? The reason why that was happening is because my mom has always been a person who wanted to serve others. Well, because that's what they would say in the Bible. You know, serve others, be a servant for other people. That's what she was taught. For me to do. Let me know if I'm. Let's skip. Hold on. Let's see that here. It's gonna be weird for a second. Okay. Right? So my mom ended up finding a person that she can serve. My mom, low-key, was a people pleaser. Right? And there's a reason why I'm saying this, and I'm using my mom as an example. There's a follow. Let me cook. So my mother was a people pleaser. And so because my mom was a people pleaser, she would always put others in front of her. Always. She would always be the last person on this. So the man and men that she brought into her life, including my father, my daddy. And she didn't have a lot of men. My mom only had like 2 men that I know of. She married 2 men and that was it. She dated for a hot second. But dating was not her calling. So the men that she drew into her life, like my dad was a very handsome man back in the day. Very handsome. He still is. But like he was like that dude. The man that she married after my father was not that dude. He was not that dude. But the one thing that I see from a woman's point of view, now that I'm a woman, is the characteristics of both men were the same. For my mom, from both men. They were men who depended on her. They were men who depended on her solely. They were men who needed her to coach them. They were men who were very reliant on her. When it comes down to their emotion, how they should feel, these were the type of men that my mom would attract. And in her attraction to these men, it was a reflection of how she felt within herself. She needed someone who would be emotionally there for her. She needed someone that she could rely on, right? These men were not that reliable to her at all. She would command them to do whatever it is she wanted. My mama was, I need you to do this. She had no problems, right? But they weren't men who would fulfill her needs. She would have to express it every single time. And I know this because I'm dealing with my dad. And these are the traits of the men that she put in, like she would attract. For me, and this is just in relationships in general, for me, I carried that same trait because my mom raised me. And because my mom raised me, I do a lot of things like her. And I started to attract dudes that were handsome on the outside, but on the inside, they were not the greatest at all. They were not the greatest. They were mentally and emotionally abusive. All the men. All of them. All of them were mentally and emotionally abusive in some kind of way. And I would always feel like I would always have to prove myself to them, right? And this is twofold. The reason why I always felt like I had to prove myself to them is, one, because of the situation that happened with my mom and how I grew up. It was my form of comfort. So when it comes down to our love and the desires and the things that we want and the people that we choose, if you have a choice, they are a reflection of your comfort. My mom accepted this, and I was there, so I accepted too, right? So they brought me back to the space of home, made me feel like I was at home. And then, like I said, the 14-year-old version of me ran into a man that I actually, well, a boy, he's a boy, that I actually desired, and he didn't want me. He wanted the other NaKeesha. And so that also produced, like, that feeling also expanded. So whenever I would attract specific men that I actually wanted, right, they didn't want me back. So I took it personally. When I attracted the men that I didn't really want, and I knew something in my subconscious was like, and I went against it, they were showing me the reflections or the subconscious reflections of the things that were happening inside me. Does that make sense? I don't know if I lost y'all. So when it comes down to your lovers, whatever, wherever you find love with whomever, my thought process is they are a true reflection of the subconscious. No, I'm with you. Okay. They are a true reflection of the subconscious visions that you believe within yourself. Does that make sense to y'all? The sun in my eyes, so my glasses are going to tint up. Yeah, I've definitely been dating my mother. Just in the form of other people. Absolutely. I did the same thing. Like my mama's characteristics and my dad's characteristics. I see it. Like I see it even in my today when I'm working with my father, trying to just keep my dad alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean this with all sincerity. I'm your girl over here trying to keep her dad alive, right? And I see the realities of the men that I've chosen. They have the characteristics of both my parents. Not all the men now, but at the time, all the men that I chose. Mm-hmm. And so when you start doing the self-reflection within yourself, like, why did I choose this person? Like, these are all inner thoughts that I would recommend that you should ask to yourself. Why did I choose this person? What are they a reflection of me for? Like, how do they reflect me? Am I a people pleaser, or was I a people pleaser? Was I putting it all on that? Because at some point we have to get to the moments where we forgive ourselves, but we have to kind of know what we're forgiving ourselves for. And we won't know all of the things, but at least we can pinpoint the actions and what we accepted or allowed. Why did you accept that? Why did you allow that? And that's like your deep inner thought, your inner works within yourself. Those pumpkins did not last. Welcome in, 4 bags. You come in for time to time. Welcome in. That sunlight is real. I'm getting new mics. I lost mine, so I'm getting new mics tomorrow. I could get them now, but I'm getting them tomorrow. Is this helpful? Your parents play a huge part in the development of who you are. A huge part. And we talk about that, dogma. Did I lose y'all? I think